Minecraft has never been this unforgiving, because in this mod, you don't get stronger by mining, you get stronger by risking everything. You want to learn more? Sick! To start off, it's pretty vanilla, have to mine and get resources from the land. However, everything changes when you first find vault stone and chromatic iron. The next thing you will need to do, if you want to progress that is to craft your own vault altar. It does not matter where you place it, the next thing you want to do is place a vault rock in the altar. You should see 4 random items pop up at each corner, and they should have a number above them. That is the quantity of item you have to feed to the vault altar, or you're not going to get your crystal. FYI, the more crystals you make, the higher the demand is for crafting a new one. Next, you need to make at least a 4x5 portal made with cobbled vault stone for this to work. Once that's built, you can right click with the crystal as if you were going to use a flint and steel. Next, you should see a portal pop up that's multicolored and you just walk through it. Now comes the crazy part, the vaults. There are multiple types of vaults, but the 2 I will cover today are the brazier vault and the elixir vault. The brazier vault has braziers set up throughout the whole vault that you have to light. When you do light a brazier, you get a positive effect and a negative effect. There's a bit of a give and take from that, but it's usually more beneficial. The goal, at least in early game, is to light 3 braziers. That's it. Once you've done that, you can wait in the vault or you can leave and you'll be fine. Next is the elixir vault. It's got a completely different mechanic to the brazier vaults, as you might be able to tell from the name. In this vault, you gain an elixir bar at the top of your screen that indicates how full it is. You can gain elixir by either looting chests, slaying mobs, and mining coin piles. Once you have your elixir bar fully charged, you may consume a lodestone before the time runs out. A lodestone kind of looks like a floating purple stretched out orb, except a little more rugged and Minecrafty. Once you entered, you no longer have passive healing. There are multiple restricted mod items that are not usable in the vault, and there's a 25-minute time limit, plus tons of mobs. The upside to going into a vault is the loot. There are tons of chests, all with 4 different types in the early game. Each of the different types has a special loot table specifically for the type of level you are at. Exploring the vault allows you to grab as many items and gear as possible. And there's also a win condition for your vault. With that, all the vaults are done. Next, we move on to the loot that the chests can give you. Each chest has a different style, as I mentioned before. The 4 main chest types you will encounter in a vault are the gilded chest, the living chest, the ornate chest, and the wooden chest. First, the gilded chest. They tend to have a higher variety of gems and magic type of items. For example, you can obtain bottles of enchanting from gilded chests. You can also gain vault diamonds and some other precious materials as well. The ornate chest. The ornate chest has mostly items that buff your vault gear as well as a couple of other building materials in them. In my opinion, they are the best of the 4 chests because they can give you unidentified armor, weapons, and accessories. Whenever you get an unidentified armor, weapon, or accessory, if you right click in the overworld, it'll start doing a little gotcha and it will show you what item you got. Even the base level vault gear is typically better than any of the base game gear. Then we've got the living chest. The living chest has items that help you unlock mods and help craft some basic necessities for early game. They also hold knowledge essence that when combined with some other materials gives you 1 point towards unlocking a mod. The wooden chest is the most underwhelming, and it is the most abundant. Some of the items can help you very well in the early game for materials, but the main thing that it gives is vault essence. You might be wondering why I said 1 point towards unlocking a mod. That's because there's a semi-hierarchy of mods in this mod pack. There are some really cheap mods that can help with the early game, but not as much in the late game. One of the better cheap mods, in my opinion, is the simple storage mod. It lets you build a gigantic underground storage area and it can all be called upon by a singular block. One more thing to explain. You might have noted that when we got out of the vault, there was a giant screen that had a bunch of numbers and statistics. If you look closely enough, you can see that we were awarded XP. However, our green XP bar did not go up at all. That's because there's a separate XP bar for Vault XP. When you level up, you get access to 1 training point per level you grew. Some of the better options to use with those training points is to put some into the healing ability. It might sound dumb since I just said that there's no passive healing in the vault. However, the heal ability still works inside the vault, and since the only other way to get healing from the vault is a recovery effect, it's a little bit difficult. With all that explained, now to get to a little about what you'd be doing outside of the vault. Most people would like to build some sort of base, whether it's large or small, and that's highly encouraged with all the new modded furniture pieces, especially with the fact that there's some specifically builder-oriented mod packs that you can unlock. The other main thing that you'll be doing a lot of is building farms. Most can be automated, but if you don't know how to automate, you are also able to do it by hand. It would just take a lot longer. As I mentioned before, the vault crystals grow after each crystal. The progression does not stop. Eventually, if you play for long enough, then your vault requirements might be in the thousands of blocks or materials. If you're interested in learning some vault hunters and are a content creator looking to make videos, then you should join this server. We're still looking for a couple of people to fill out our roster. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.